Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the easiest and best way to make loads and loads of money to get your hands on some of the best shovels in the game, including the prismatic shovel, which costs you a whopping 250,000. I've already went ahead and got this, plus I would have been able to buy it about 3 or 4 times using these different methods in this video. So make sure to stick around to the end to make sure that you get every single bit of information that you guys do see. But like I said, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and only you guys can make that possible. I was checking my analytics and realized that over 90% of you guys aren't even subscribed to the channel. So what are you doing? It's free, and like I said, the more you guys subscribe, the better the content gets. But enough of my yapping, let's get straight on into this guide. Okay guys, so you guys have clicked on this video to get your hands on certain things, just as like the prismatic shovel or other shovels in the game that cost you a lot of money. This shovel in my hand cost me 250,000. So at the end of the video or later on in the video, I'm going to be going over the best areas, but the other things I want to go over is small little details that you guys may not have known about, such as equipments, certain charms, and even certain things like the appraiser. So the first thing I'm going to go over is everything over in Foxtown. So this is where you spawn. This is where quite a few of the main things that you need, especially for making money, are. So the first thing you are going to need is you're going to need the item detector. If you click down, you will see that it will show me where traffic cones are, that I can go ahead and get a bowling trophy at the center. I can get bread and stuff like that. This shows you where the best areas to get certain items are, and it will show you where the abundances are, which is where you want to be mining the most. You guys can go ahead and buy it in the middle for 10,000 as the item detector. But obviously, if you guys are just starting the game, it is going to be pretty hard. And yes, I do know that jam got considerably nerfed, but I'm going to show you guys the 2 other options that I would suggest that you guys go ahead and get, because obviously jam is now absolutely terrible, I'm going to be honest. But I'm going to show you guys the other options a little bit later down the line. The other thing I'm going to talk to you about is the appraiser. So as you guys can see, I've got these divines here. I've got a gigantic Durr burger, which is from Fortnite. I've got this shiny gigantic hypno mushroom. I've got a titanic candlelight, which is the boss. I've got a gargantuan shiny banishing hammer. And if we go in here, as you guys can see, I've got a shiny sword. I've got a big fin sword. I've got titanics. I've got iridescence, and I've got transparents, just normal ones as well, plus like ice staffs and everything like that. Basically, you guys can do this, but I would only suggest doing this on your divines and stuff like that, because I'm not gonna lie, right, this divine over here, which is just the gargantuan shiny, this one is worth so much more than this iridescent. So this iridescent, which gives it a 3.5 times compared to the shiny, which is a 3 times, this one is worth about 11,000, whereas this one is worth about 6. So you guys can either legit just go over here, and if you guys don't know how to do it, you can jump on over to the appraiser, and you can speak to this woman here, hold out one of the things that you want to do, and say, I would like to appraise this. Basically just the same as before. And if you do appraise it as a shiny, guys, you cannot roll off shiny, so don't you worry, shiny will always be on there. So if I went ahead and rolled a shiny, or you dig up a shiny, if you go ahead and appraise it, the shiny will stay there, but you can add more onto it, and it does cost 300 per time. So as you guys can see, we went ahead and just got a marbled one. It does cost 300 per time, but you can obviously get things that will increase it by a lot, and that's why I suggest only doing it on the things like the divines. My next thing would be the magnets. You can go ahead and get magnets which help increase different things. So if I go on into my equipment bag, and if I go on over to the shovels, your magnets are here. As you guys can see, each different magnet helps with different things. So 1.5 times big, and all of these will help you get more money from your things. So if you guys go ahead and get something with a transparent, then it will cost more money. If you get things with scarce, it will sell for more money. Get things with fossilized, etc. And also they just have modifier chances in general. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys about the enchanting. Okay, so I'll be back in 1 second. I'm gonna get it up on my screen and basically tell you guys how enchanting works. And if you guys don't know how to get there, you can go ahead and check my last video, which is a full guide of everything you need to know, and I show you guys exactly how to go ahead and get to the enchanting area. But I will be 1 second, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the wiki, which I will also link in the description, to show you guys what all the enchantments do and what I suggest the most. So if we go ahead and look over here, these are all the enchantments you can get in the game. So we have bulky, strong, swift, lucky, sundering, altered, wumbo, noir, sparkled, chrono, abundant, prodigy, and scrapper. The one I would mainly suggest personally for the best money would be Sparkle. Sparkle is what I do indeed have on my prismatic shovel down here. Basically what Sparkle does is it gives you a plus 3% shiny chances, and shinies increase the value of things by 3 times. But if you guys cannot go ahead and get your hands on the Sparkled, the luck one is pretty good. The altered one is getting pretty good because it gives you a random modifier, and obviously the other one's pretty good because it just helps you get items. But I'm not gonna lie, I would personally say if you're only going for items that you want money from, I would say lucky, altered, or sparkled. There is obviously other ones where you get just these certain ones, and you're probably wondering why am you not going for these ones. Is because this one can give you a random modifier, these ones are specific modifiers. And now what I'm going to go over is the shovels for you guys, because obviously the jam shovel kind of got nerfed into the ground. I'm gonna give you 2 other options, but yeah, let me go ahead and jump on and show you guys that. So this is going to be the first shovel I'm going to recommend. It is in the woodland woodtops. I believe that's what this place is called. It's something like that. The rooftop woodlands, that's where it is. And this is the coordinates. It's 3,989, 222 minus 151, and it will be the spore spade. The reason I would suggest this one is because it has 8 control, 5 haste. By the way, this is comparing it to prismatic stats, so the control is around the same, the haste is exactly the same, it only has 2 less luck, and then its strength is a little bit less, and boss damage is obviously a lot less. But this shovel also has a very cool ability. As you guys can see, there is this little totem here. Every single time you dig up a item, it has a 10% chance to spawn a +6 luck totem for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And this is very good because it allows you to then pick up more legendaries, it allows you to pick up better things, and also the shovel is also actually just very good. And then after, I'm going to talk a little bit about charms and the charms I use and the setup I use. But the other shovel that I would suggest is you actually get it from a boss. So when you guys see the candle lit boss spawn, I would suggest that you guys always go ahead and do this, because the shovel it actually gives you is actually very good. As you guys see, I have 584 items dug up. This was actually the shovel I used to go ahead and get my hands on the prismatic shovel. Basically, it has 5 control, it has 10 strength, 15 luck, and 5 haste. No special ability to it, just a very good overall free shovel that is very good for you guys. But if you guys want to spend that money and spend the 30k and buy the spore, obviously be my guest. Obviously, I just showed you the stats compared to the prismatic, and that is just basically how good it is. It is a very good one, and it also has a very cool ability as well. Now, if we are going to move on into the charms I use, but obviously it all depends on your shovel. With the prismatic shovel, the charms I am using is the tenacity brace, which basically allows me, so if I go all the way down to 0, it will basically save me and give me 50% back. As you guys can see, I have a 652 streak right now, and I am willing to kind of keep that all the way until I get 1,000. And can the grower garden please go away? This is the ectoplasm sleeve. If you guys are confused where you get this ectoplasm sleeve, if we go ahead, and actually it's in this area as well, so to be fair, this area is very good when you are a beginner. If we come on over to this over here, if you guys did watch my last video, you already know about this. But if we jump on over here and we go ahead and speak to the Sam Colby, he will basically give you a quest to dig up 3 ghosts. Once you dig up 3 ghosts, you will go ahead and get this bracelet. You're probably wondering, why am I using this? It's because it has a 20% chance to turn an item to plasma, which is very good, because that is an extra bit of money on top. Also, my prismatic shovel already gives things iridescent, and then basically, like I said, the reason I use it is because when I get to those more harder items to get, it kind of saves me a lot. I've been saved many times getting divines. And then the other thing I use is what I showed you in the last video as well. You can go ahead and get this from Cinder Shores. It gives you luck and endurance. Endurance is very good, plus luck is also good as well. But also, there is also this one, which I'm probably going to equip at some point, probably when I lose this streak. It gives you the blue shroom blessing, which is 25% chance for items to be blurple, which is just adding on to all of these multipliers that I can get, and a chance to get them on all the items, leading to more money in general. This is from the quest from where you guys get the enchant. You can go ahead and speak to the captain over there. You'll have to get 3 of basically every ore, and then 15 shiny items, and the 15 shiny items is going to be super hard. But if you guys want a bit of tutorial on certain quests, then please let me know down in the comments. Also, while you're down there, might as well like like, comment, and subscribe to try and help me to hit 10,000 subscribers. But now we're going to get onto the part that everybody wants to know. We're going to get onto the part where we can see where the best places are to go ahead and farm. So I'm going to go ahead and run on over to those different places now and show you guys the best places to farm and what I suggest that you guys go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and jump straight on into that. So here we are over at one of the first places I would suggest. The reason I suggest this area is because you guys may have seen over in the snowy area where everybody was getting the massive pine trees. Basically, when they did the nerf last night, where they nerfed the jam shovel and nerfed some of the other things in the game, basically they completely removed the pine tree abundance because they realized it was making people way too much money and it needed to be moved out the game. So I went around yesterday after that and stayed up for quite a few hours, basically going around and testing everywhere on this main island for some of the best areas. And where I found was right outside this pig pen. So if we go ahead and look on the map, if you guys go ahead and look where I am right now, I'm here in Verdant Vale, which is basically kind of just a straight line. If you're coming from rooftop, it's pretty easy to go ahead and get here. These are the coordinates at the top if you want to stop and pause and go to them yourselves. But if I go ahead and use the item detector, as you guys will see these pigs here. This was the spot I used to get myself from 90,000 all the way up to the 250,000. As you guys can see, straight away without even having a luck boost or anything on, we went ahead and got ourselves a legendary. And the legendary pigs, you can get a legendary pig, you can get a legendary cow, a legendary scythe, a legendary goat, and there's also some cool mythicals you can get from here as well. This is one of the cool mythicals. You can get a weaponized stick, which is kind of like a little gun. You can go ahead and get the turnip head, which is the divine you guys can get from here, and there's some other cool little bits and bobs you can get from here as well. This is the best area I would say on the main island, and the main thing that you should kind of just sit here and focus on. It is a little bit annoying if there is a lot of people here, but if you're kind of here by yourself or with two people, it's not as bad. Now, the next place I am going to suggest is you will have to go ahead and finish out your journey. But the best way to do this, I would just suggest going into every area, staying there for about 20-30 minutes, mining about 50 items in each area on the map. So I would suggest going around the map and getting around 50 here, and then kind of just sitting in Foxtown, Fernhill Forest, Rooftop Woodlands to try and fill out 50% of your journal. And once you have went ahead and done that, you are going to go over to Cinder Shores to the ferry. And basically, you're going to have to pay the guy 3,000 cash, but I promise you it is worth it. Pay the guy 3,000 cash to get a ferry ticket. As you guys can see down here, I have a ferry ticket. So as you guys come over here, you guys will have a ferry ticket, and you guys will see that it is leaving. As you can see, it's leaving in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this should take me over because I do already have a ticket. So there we go. We are now teleporting over, and we are now in the Copper Mesa. Over here, there is very many quests, and this is also where some of the end game stuff is. There is a quest over here, which is the Magma Boots, which is one of the very end game quests, which is obviously dig 10 loots, get 30, stuff like that. You guys can pause and read that if you want, but that is to go ahead and get yourselves into the volcano, which is the last area in the game. But I'm not gonna lie, that quest is gonna take a very long time because you have to get to level 50 as well. So if you want to follow the path that I am taking right now, we are going to be going to some of the best areas in the Copper Mesa. And I'm not going to lie, when I came over here, these places were making me a lot of money. This is also where you can go ahead and get yourself on that Fortnite Durr Burger if you guys want to go ahead and get that. So if we just carry on following this path around, and we keep going up here, and we keep on going around, we are going to find a place where we can get dinosaur bones, and we can get these spines. So over here, you guys will see that if we jump out and we use the item detector, we can see the dinosaur spine over here. This is a very good area because there is multiple legendaries you can get here. There is also epics and other things like that. Obviously, me showing you this right now, that is not a very good example. Let's go ahead and use a different one to see if we can get a better example. Okay, well, this is really not showing it justice, but I promise you guys, this is a very good place to go ahead and do. But you can also go ahead and speak to this woman, and you have to dig up 125 items in the Copper Mesa, and she gives you 55 magnet crates, which can also be very helpful instead of having to spend your money on them. But I'm going to go here until I hopefully get something good. As you guys can see, I got a little purple there. But basically what we're going to go ahead and do now is if I jump back on into my car and do a little time lapse, and we're going to go to the next area. But here it is on the map if you guys want to see. This is my coordinates: minus 6,560, 247, minus 2,350. So this is where I am right now, and let's do a little time lapse going to the next best area for here. So as you guys can see, if we go ahead and pull out our item detector, you guys will see that there is the golden nugget area here as well. I personally believe that the other area that we were just in is a little bit better than this one, but this is also a very, very good area as well, especially if you want those golden nuggets, because there is a secret Buddha down in the big cave back on the main island that you are able to go ahead and turn in these golden coins to actually go ahead and get some luck. So as you guys see, we also got a pinata. There is many other items you can go ahead and get, but I'm going to go ahead and jump back over to the main island. By the way, guys, I would highly suggest you guys go ahead and get the emergency flare. It does cost 30,000, but it is infinite uses with a 1-minute cooldown. As you guys can see, we ran ahead and got the merchant just to end off the video, and there we go, guys. The prismatic shovel, the goal. All you guys want, 250,000 to go ahead and get this. This is also where you get it from, and I wish you guys all the best of luck. If you guys have any questions, I will be answering them all down in the comments below, and if you also have any suggestions for any videos, please let me know as well. But it's been your boy Zez, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out and ciao.